So imagine literally forcing 250 employees to totally abandon the AI ecosystem they use every single day. Sounds crazy, right? Well, today we're unpacking a fascinating real-world case study where a founder did exactly that. Let's dive right into this explainer. You see, when a business integrates artificial intelligence into its daily operations, the AI doesn't just act as a basic tool anymore. It actually learns the company's writing style, their projects, their unique workflows. Because of this deep, almost customized integration, choosing the wrong AI ecosystem today can become an incredibly expensive and honestly, highly disruptive mistake down the road.
Migrating a 250-person company from the Claude ecosystem over to OpenAI, yeah, that's not something a founder just does casually on a Tuesday. With users spread across more than 100 countries, if their AI infrastructure breaks, the whole world feels it immediately. For a shift this massive, the math and the operational stability simply had to make sense.
All right, here is how we're going to break this down. First, the breaking point. Second, the ecosystem advantage. Third, truth and deep research. Fourth, codex and automation power. And finally, trade-offs and migration.
Okay, let's jump into part one, the breaking point. If you've ever been totally in the zone and then suddenly hit an API limit, you absolutely know the frustration. It's the worst. Over a 90-day period, this team faced frequent partial outages. We're talking a sea of red and orange status days citing out of compute. For a fast-moving engineering team, this created severe, completely unacceptable bottlenecks. Team members were actually exhausting their daily limits in just 10 to 20 prompts. But even more pressing for the company's bottom line was the token burn. A $200 Claude plan was literally dying in just 4 to 5 days under heavy coding tasks. It was an absolute breaking point.
Moving right along to part two, the ecosystem advantage. You really have to think of OpenAI's interface not just as a simple chat box, but as a full-blown control center. With projects, you get dedicated workspaces. Imagine stepping away from a complex content creation task for 3 months. When you come back, the AI remembers every single file, chat, and specific skill related to that goal, all right there in one highly organized space. Add in agents, which act like these incredibly handy autonomous digital employees, and suddenly you're entirely automating your mundane web research, data organization, or even your email replies. It fundamentally transforms the AI from a conversational partner into a proactive employee.
This ecosystem gap really becomes glaring when you look at visual generation. ChatGPT can actually spin up a native 5-page Canva pitch deck directly inside your chat window. Because it has built-in image generation and native app integrations, it actively reasons through the context and generates the actual slides right there in the interface. Claude, on the flip side, lacks native image generation. It forces users to jump around, relying on external tools and pre-generated stock photos pulled from the internet. It's just a completely different level of friction, you know?
Which brings us to part 3, truth and deep research.
Look, when your company's reputation is on the line, AI hallucinations are simply not an option. End of story. OpenAI's deep research feature bypasses generic Google scraping entirely. You can literally point it at 3 specific competitor blogs or even a single hours-long YouTube video, and it returns a fully structured report with exact, clickable citations pointing directly back to the original source. You aren't just getting a fluffy summary, you are getting verifiable, rock-solid proof.
Let's look at a super interesting direct fact-check test. Both models were asked to verify a viral claim about an AI autonomously making $16.88. Claude flagged it as unverified and gave multiple red flags but provided 0 links to back that up. But OpenAI's Codex? It actively scoured the live web, successfully verified the claim, provided all the necessary deep context, and, here's the kicker, delivered the exact clickable source link directly to the original post on X. That is a profound night-and-day difference in how these models actually hunt down the truth.
Let's jump into part 4, codex and automation power. This is the moment where fragmented AI tools finally merge into one incredible super app. Codex handles image generation, heavy coding, and deep research all at once. Through a process called vibe coding, it reliably builds full-stack products with both front-end and back-end integrations seamlessly woven together. And crucially, it builds actual functional desktop software for Mac or Windows, not just basic browser-based websites. Oh, and remember that budget issue we talked about earlier? Well, under the exact same heavy workloads, those credits that died in 5 days on Claude stretched for an entire month on Codex. Talk about a game changer.
To really see this power in action, check out this Slack automation. Inside Codex, a prompt is simply scheduled for 11:05 a.m. daily.
The AI securely connects to Slack on its own, tags the team check-in channel, and automatically asks everyone for their status updates and current tasks. Zero human input required. One check-in is cool, sure. But stacking 50 to 100 of these automations, that fundamentally scales a business by freeing humans from acting like robots.
Finally, Part 5, Trade-offs and Migration.
However, let's be real, this isn't a completely one-sided battle. If you handle massive codebases or dense legal documents, Claude's staggering 1 million token context window absolutely dwarfs Codex's 50,000 token limit. There's really no comparison there. Claude's interface is also incredibly clean and super beginner-friendly. But for 250% engineering team that required complex custom automations and absolute uptime stability, speed and functionality ultimately won out over sheer memory size. Now, if you're sitting there terrified of losing all that context your AI has built up about your workflows over the last year, honestly, don't sweat it. The migration is actually a super simple 3-step process. First, just ask Claude to export everything it knows about your preferences and project goals into one giant text block. Second, copy it. Third, paste it right into ChatGPT and just command it to save as memory. Bam! In just a few minutes, your entire new ecosystem is completely up to speed on exactly how you work.
At the end of the day, there is no universally perfect AI tool. There's only the one that aligns with your specific daily reality. Are you optimizing for massive document memory, or are you looking to build automated workflows that actually scale? Basically, based on your everyday grind, are you building the future on the right foundation, or are you just burning tokens? Think about it.